Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Fudge. I forgot to say gummy worms. Fudge. What is up, my gummy worms? See, I'm bad at this, but I'm gonna try and get better. It is your boy Conrad Valone. We still need a new channel name for this gosh darn channel. I need to still figure one out. And alright, I want to have a talk video. Call it a rant. I want to just have a discussion over this. I want to talk about Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. The games that you could say were kind of was the starting point for the level of rage. Frankly, I count Burnout and the fandom just being dummies, but you can say whichever one. But that's not what we're talking about today. Okay, good. So now, as you can see from there, I personally found it to be a fun experience. That is true. I have played Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. I got that version of the game, and I played through it, but all the way, beat the game, and I personally found it to be a very fun and unique experience. It's basically another breath of fresh air from the basic Pokemon style mechanics, where instead of you just throwing you automatically catching the or just the game throwing the Pokeball for you, you have to throw it yourself, and where you could actually see Pokemon in the overworld. A feature I thought people would actually be excited for. Because, oh wow, it's feeling more like the actual Pokemon anime. We can actually see the Pokemon rather than just rummaging around. And I'm sure there are a lot of people excited for it, but then a lot of people will most likely saying that's not how Pokemon should be. And how it breaks the traditional values. To which basically means we can't be allowed to innovate or be new or creative or try something unique. Which I find silly. Pokemon wants to try and be a little bit more like JRPGs. These Pokemon wants to Game Freak themselves want to actually add a new feature in a catching where you throw the Pokeball yourself. To which if Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee was out on the Wii, I'm pretty sure everyone would have been super supportive of it, if not liked it, because it would have been so much fun to play. Seriously, the ideas of catching the Pokemon yourself. Now, I want to go with my one little critique on it. Personally, the EXP max out for all Pokemon, I think it should not have gone that way. That's not something they should have done. 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 Although, if you actually did play the game, you know that people will tell you that you had to actually catch Pokemon or them up, and really you can still battle and still gain the experience points. Is actually something you can do if you want to. But what I wanted to talk about was something that they should have gone for. Was rather than it being the Pokemon that get that experience for the catching, it should have been the player. Now you're most likely thinking, Conrad, are you high? Or are you being an idiot again? Or have you just come up with another crazy idea that no one's going to listen to? The latter. Now, this is an idea I came up with after I finished my first draft of this video, which was my first recording, to which I deleted because I just didn't like it. Now, what the first draft was talk. Now, what I wanted to go into was that rather than your Pokemon just getting all that massive experience, which I felt was kind of crazy. You see, what about the player? The player gets that experience, and actually grows. So now you're most likely thinking, Connor, how would that benefit the player? It would just be weird. Now here's the thing. This is where I actually thought of something. You know how in MMO games or some JRPGs, I believe, they always have something known as a skill tree where you can actually put skill points into where into what skill you want. So I'm just gonna use I'm basically just gonna try and find a general skill tree, and I want you guys to just pretend that there's Pokemon stuff on it because I can't make skill trees on my own. I'm not good. Okay. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out which one would be the best one. Oh my gosh, should I figured this out before? Jeez. You know what? Let's go with this. Okay. Now, this isn't what the skill tree is gonna look like, but it's gonna go. But basically, it'd be more like the one right here where the mouse is, but somewhat not. Okay. What I mean is basically, let's just say you start off as beginner trainer, and you after catching a few Pokemon, you've now leveled up a few steps, and you now have 3 skill points. Now, generally, based on what you want to put it into, there's gonna be like, let's say huge big subcategories. Let's say for catching, there's gonna be, oh my gosh, you know what? There's gonna be 3 subjects: catching, raising, and battling. Now, in these 3 big categories, there are gonna be multiple subcategories. Now, within the catching category, where you're going to have in total, total, a lot. Basically, increase capture rate, lower the cost of Pokeballs. Well, that one's gonna take a lot of. It's gonna take a while for you to get though. Those two, they are actually very, very far. And all the lower ones are gonna be like generalizations, somewhat. Basically, capture, for basically the first one would be lower cap, lower increase capture accuracy. Basically, whenever you throw a Pokeball, well, it actually be more. There'll be like a little homing beacon that actually makes it a little bit more. It actually helps your accuracy, so that way you get a little bit more, get a higher chance of actually hitting it. In Twitch, you throw the Pokeball, boom, it actually makes it a lot more accurate, so that way you can catch it much more easier. Then later on, there'll be like multiple categories. So basically, for you'd be like, oh, if you want to catch, like, have an easier time finding and or catching these types of Pokemon, like, oh, you want to find an easier time finding rare water Pokemon, don't worry, there's a category for it. It's called Fisherman, or better yet, Fish Finder, since we all know water Pokemon technically some types of fishes, or aquatic mammals. So or aquatic birds. So basically, you would put like in total 5 for it, and actually, here's the thing: for every skill point you add to that one thing, it would like give you a 25, 50. It would increase in total till you got to 100. So with that if you put like 5 into fish finder, boom, you now have a 10 times easier time, 10 times the easy time finding water Pokemon. So if we went with volcanic expert, you would have an easier time finding fire types. Rock analyst, easier time finding rock types, etc. Overall, it would help you have an easier time finding them, but the catching would still be somewhat difficult. Basically, that's where the last little skill, which would be capture master. Basically, it's a very long route, and also you would now. Here's the thing. Okay, I'm gonna continue. Then I'm gonna fix everything else here. Now, here's the thing. The further you get onto it, it easier it becomes. So let's go to raising. Now, raising Pokemon, on that shouldn't be difficult to explain in all honesty. See, it's simple. It basically means, oh, your caring, your nurturing, and your friendship increases a lot. Increases is with the caring and friendliness friendliness category, and then we have the harsh, strict trainer category. Basically, if you want your Pokemon to be a lot more strict and hardened, or if you want to be super friendly and Luffy, be kind-hearted and nurturing to them, then these are the two categories you can go for. And they have their own unique verse effects. I don't know what to add for them, so I'm letting you guys figure it out in the comments. And now we have the battling. This is where it kind of goes to the fun to Weirdland. So what I want to go for the battling aspect is basically you can actually increase the categories like experience, stats, or accuracy. See, basically for accuracy, you know those low moves that are really annoying to get off on the enemy, especially when a Pokemon has an ability that lowers their accuracy. See, yeah, with that with that skill tree, it basically boosts the accuracy up a little bit to make your life a lot less painful. Stats is basically where you can actually allocate yourself as a trainer to figure out where you want your Pokemon stats to best be utilized. Even if their nature is against that stat, and it would ultimately counteract it, although Lexco doesn't have the nature thing, so this is kind of pointless, but I'm still going to talk about it. It would counteract it. I think it doesn't have the nature thing. It's been a long while since I played. They can counteract it, giving it actually a chance to increase. Then we have EXP. Basically, just borderline, you can find ways to actually increase the experience points. It easily has two things. You can actually have two skills set up that are easy to just get, and that's it. You can either have increased experience or lowered experience. Basically, with those two skills, you can actually increase the experience you get at making the game easier, or if you want an even harder experience, you could lower it to make it even much more of a challenge. Ultimately, this entire whole skill tree thing, I think I came up, but I did not allocate it properly because I really just wanted to talk about that stuff they could have done with, because it would have been more of the idealism of that you, the player, are actually evolving when getting stronger along with your Pokemon, which would give a stronger connection. That's what I feel like they should have done rather than just going off the EXP on the crazy levels they've done it, which was not a good thing, in all honesty. But anyway, you guys talk about and discuss what you think about this whole skill tree idea. If they actually implement this in future Pokemon games, it would be actually really cool. And also, if you notice that I'm actually uploading a video right now, did I put it on pub? Oh shoot! It should have been a little while ago. I didn't even publish it. But anyway, let's go back to let's talk about Let's Go. Now, ultimately, as I said before, I had a really fun and unique experience. I actually did like the idea, and I actually do like the catch mechanic. Although I feel like it could have been utilized a lot better, I still loved and enjoyed the experience. But what I don't genuinely like is when people. Now, here's the thing. If you actually look at Let's Go's Metacritic review scores, you can see that it got review bombed. It wasn't pretty. It was really not that pretty, in all honesty. It was really sad. I kind of found that kind of really messed up because, oh wow, Pokemon Let's Go was actually a fun game to play, but when I figured out that people actually review bombed it just to get so that way they could get their point across while saying the games were horrible. Well, well, and a lot of people liked it. They had fun playing it, but over 200 people just reviewed on saying negative stuff about it. And there were 52 mix. It was so weird and just off. Now, the reason why I Let's Go is is not only because of the fun and unique experience I actually got from it. Not only because red, blue, and yellow, red, blue, and green or leaf are actually in the Pokemon game universe. It's not only for those reasons, rather that Leaf is in the game universe. Those aren't my sole reasons, though they're big ones for some people. Well, my actual biggest reason is the fact that in Pokemon Let's Go, you are actually given although it's small, well, you're actually given a choice on what gym leader you can battle like way later on in the games. It's around after you beat Erica, you can actually have the chance of going against two gym leaders. That being either Koga or Sabrina. Now, it's actually something I actually did notice when I was actually playing through Pokemon, through Let's Go. Like when I was playing through it, I was going, oh wow, I'm gonna just chug on through from this area, and I'm like, whoa, wait, what? I checked in Saffron City, but then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just go down a bit more. Then I went to Fuchsia City, and rather than the game stopping me, telling me, no, yeah, you can't battle this gym yet, they let me in for me in. No one stopped me, and I'm just like, wait, what? This doesn't seem right. Normally, I'd have to go a long and arduous way, or I have something roadblocked me not to go in. But you're telling me I can go in for free? I don't have to actually battle Sabrina first? By Jill, that's extremely weird. Weird. I'm shocked. And now, naturally, since I was getting this experience, I actually checked to see what other YouTubers were doing when they're playing it. And a lot of them actually, and one of the YouTubers I watched was MNJ TV Vids. He actually went and battled Sabrina first. I was seeing a lot of people battling Sabrina first, and I was like, does no one know about this, or am I the only one? No one? And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna battle Koga first. Then I'm gonna battle Sabrina. Then I'll just go to Blaine and Giovanni. To which I didn't even check if I could even go after Blaine next. I didn't check. That's the thing. If I could, then oh my gosh, I was given so much more freedom. Even then, once you beat the Elite Four, you can battle all these gym leaders again. Although they're way stronger now. It's like it's stronger than your main team, team in general, which is kind of shocking. I actually found that very shocking. And then I bet there are gonna be people saying, "But oh my gosh, what about the whole gym questionnaires?" I mean, come on. They were literally gonna go off the easy baby route by telling us what to use against them. As an actual question, like we had to bring them to him. Which is so pathetic. To which, even when I bought the game, that's what I actually thought. I actually thought that, okay, so I just need to bring in Pikachu. Bring some type of Pokemon that's strong against this Pokemon. This is its gym, and since it's Celadon City, I actually have a Pikachu. But then, the shocking thing happened is that when I got there, the examiner said, hey, do you have a Pokemon that's level 15, that's at least above level 15? And to which I was like, what? Really? That's the question? So wait, we weren't going to get questions, gonna get tasks telling us to actually show you that we have Pokemon that are strong against this gym. Then why the hell was everyone saying that we were gonna get that? Oh yeah, because we had one trailer with Brock's Gym him saying that, and then one trailer with Brock's Gym saying that, and then the E3 thing showing that, and then everyone just went off with that. That was single-handedly the most embarrassing thing, most hilarious thing ever. Seriously, no joke. Joke. Brock's Gym is the only one that actually asked you that question. And the last gym, which is Giovanni, he doesn't even ask you that in gym. Have any questions at all? Oh, and literally, I think it's like gyms 2 through 7 that actually have questionnaires, with Blaine's having a literal row of questionnaires for you. To which, if you answer incorrectly, I believe you. No wait, if you answer correctly, you have to you battle a trainer. And if I believe you answer incorrectly, you most likely do lose HP. I don't know. I think you just have to redo it again. But ultimately, I found that extremely hilarious. Like seriously. Oh, wow. So everyone was getting upset over this game, over the idea that it's going to be a baby game that's going to give us all these easy answers just to beat this whole game. Uh, it was a lie. It was basically information spread by their people when we all didn't even have the games yet, and everyone was going based off that notion. Jeez, it's almost as if everyone does it on a constant basis. That'd be a bad thing. Yeah, I went with that as a joke, but oh. But anyway, yeah, that was a thing. But then again, there's another reason people just in the games, and that was because of the rival, I believe. Or you will just say he's too friendly. Oh my gosh, they literally had to put the friendly rival on steroids this time. Oh my gosh, why? We don't like the friendly rivals. They all suck. And do not lie and tell me that is not what those people sound like. That is exactly what they sound like whenever they get upset. Twitch. Alright, sure. You don't like the friendly rivals. I get it. You don't need to shout that out to the high heavens. Jesus Louise, am I not going to be able to actually show you guys this? What the hedge? I actually am afraid of actually trying to actually get do the whole troubleshoot thing because I fear that the recording will shut down here, which would be really annoying. So, let's do the easy thing. Just get up trace. Oh, okay, so the internet is being stupid. What the hell? What the hell? My actual internet is borderline being denied. This is actually somewhat embarrassing. But anyway, I don't technically need actual visuals to show and talk about it. So, you know what? Let's talk about the rival Trace, who I cannot show you, but you already know who he is. The first people who constantly want to shout out and say this is the ultimate proof on why the rivals are so much of a problem. They're too friendly. Literally, I don't want to feel like the bad guy for beating Trace, and like I'm somehow bad because I'm raising my Pokemon. Because they just, I could say that, say character development or something like that, or how technically this actually is what has the specific style, like their archetype type. But then people would just think it's crazy, but I'll just give it anyway. Personally, I believe that Trace himself did not want to actually destroy the friendship that that between him, and the player, which is you. Now, you most likely are thinking, Connor, you're being dumb again, or crazy. Crazy. That's so silly. That's such a childish way of thinking. Is it? I'm sure you guys most likely remember a time when you were young and you were playing with your friends, hanging out with your friends, Sals, and you decided to play a little game, play a game, and now this is when you were young, but the friend still kind of holds it against you. They still feel upset, sad, or better yet, let's go with a big competition. You and your friend enter, and it's now down to between you and him. Now you ultimately beat him, but you weren't an asshole about it. You weren't like shoving it in his face. You're like, hey, that was a fun match, but your friend, he he doesn't feel the same way you do. He doesn't feel like, like happy that you won, but more or less he feels like somehow that victory should have gone to him. That somehow now he should have been the one to win. Now it's more or less like he feels anger, hatred towards you because you just beat him. And although he somewhat hides it, he gets mad at the constant losses to you. Most likely now hit the breaking point, and your friendship is dead. Now you're most likely thinking, Connor, that doesn't make any sense. And that wouldn't work well because we're the ones beating Trace. He should be the one who's mad at us. Yes, that should have been actually that was one of the archetypes I gave Hop that he would actually slowly start gaining resentment towards us beating him, which would actually give him more hatred towards us the player. But now maybe at some point in Trace's life, we do not know that maybe there was a friendship between him, us, and another person. Or better yet, Trace actually saw what happened through a family member. That their friendship actually was extremely waned because of this. And Trace himself, and most likely psychologically internalized that he did, most likely psychologically made himself not actually go all out. And although he was able to beat us to the league himself, and we still beat him, and how Professor Oak basically says, yo, you kind of are very lenient on him. Like, you're not actually going all out. Maybe it's more or less a psychological thing in his head where he mentally can't actually go all out. Where he can't actually battle the player head on. Like, he can't actually say all force because he's mentally afraid that if he does, the friendship between him and the player is gone. The player will hate him and will generally just despise him. Now, if this is actually true and this is how Trace is actually one stop, which is why he most likely gives us so much stuff because even though we beat him he also most likely fears that is that we the player will think that he's gonna hate us. So that's why he's giving us so much stuff constantly. He's like, oh, here, have this, here, have this, here, have this. Because he just wants to actually mentally reassure the player, like, dude, don't worry. Our friendship isn't dead. I don't hate you for beating me. I don't have any negativity towards it. Which, if, again, that's true, Trace Come on, man. I'm not gonna be mad if you beat me once. Then again, I didn't. I unlike when I talked about the whole of how beating the player and how actually that actually shows something of actual development, actual growth of players. I didn't actually try to lose the trace on purpose. See if that's the same thing would happen twice, or he would actually acknowledge his loss. Which it'd be funny if he did. Or would the game basically reset me back to Pokemon Center, heal up my Pokemon, then I could go battle. I can battle and win. It'd be hilarious. That actually was a thing. But anyway, with Trace, I that's honestly how I think it was going. That it was like kind of like a story that wasn't supposed to be said out in front because as Game Freak didn't want to do personally in my own head. Ah, there he is. Anyway, yeah. And also, before I go, I want to actually make this before I continue on, I want to make this generally clear. I like jerk characters, trust me, I do. I just don't like the idea of. I just don't like Blue, the first rifle Blue. I frankly just don't like the whole, oh wow, you're so trash, you're so garbage. Just for the pure sake of them saying saying that as if it's somehow narcissical factor. The reason I like Silver more than Blue itself is because frankly he actually has a different belief and ideology on how Pokemon should be cared for and raised, to which basically was more of a drive because oh, I want to prove him wrong. Wrong. Not because, oh, I'm going to prove to you I'm better than you. It's more or less, I want to prove to you that the way you're thinking, that corrupt way of thinking, isn't the right path. Actually, setting up some modest and moral goals. That's something I actually believe that a majority of these sites rivals should have, rather than the whole, I'm better than you mentality. It's either that or they are this unbeatable wall that we can only beat once we are beat way later in the game. To which, if that is, to which that would be a lot better. I've already said this on my rivals video for BD because that's what I want him to be. Because I don't like the idea of the rivals being stupid, being being basically jerks for the sake of being jerks, jerks, and I don't want them constantly repeating the same old "I'm better." Oh, my different beliefs thing. Gladian wasn't either of those. He was someone who was just genuinely trying to become stronger because of horrible life situations. To which, Gladian, you got strong, man. But Trace, I honestly don't. I understand why a lot of people would just say, oh my gosh, rivals like Trace are just proof of the friendly rival. It's so bad. I understand that. If you don't like the friend rivals, I understand. But I personally kind of like all the rivals except for Blue because he's literally just the blandest rival in my opinion. And he's the one with practically the least kind of mental growth who I can kind of get the least of attachment on. I mean, the Origins animated series, I actually like how Blue was actually kind of given or shown, or better yet, shown somewhat. It actually kind of made me actually see. Oh, so we actually do have somewhat of a rivalry between him and him. Oh, so we actually do have that actual heated rivalry between the two of us. So it's not like, oh, what Oak said about us being his friend since childhood. So I can actually understand. Okay, so we do have a rivalry before, but we still understand each other. Because the main thing, the reason why I don't like Blue is because he said that he's our friend, yet he never wants to act like our friend. like he's our friend. Trace actually acts like he's our friend. Blue acts like he hates us in our very existence, which is kind of hurtful. I thought we've been friends since what, childhood, and this is how you treat me. I don't understand the shifting. I don't understand it. Anyway, I find that they're really hilarious, and I just personally like the other rivals more. I like Wally. I like Silver over May or Brandon. Then Wally. I like Berries. I don't know who the male character for Pokemon Diamond and Pearl Platinum. I don't know what the male character's actual name is. So that him and Dawn. Dawn. I like Sharon, Bianca, Anka, Hugh, and technically he's a rival. Technically, very technically. Heck, I even like the X and Y group. I like how I basically have a weird brain where I just like all the rivals regardless how everyone else feels about them. And because I like them. They have their own goals and ideals. Deals that aren't strictly restricted to just Pokemon battles. Those they have their own unique way of where they want to go and where their paths are. So that's what makes them likable. Maybe that's why I'm so weird. I actually like those paths. Like how I like that rather than just being bland one note jerks, they actually have depth depth, that thing that actually is important. I mean, in our Gold and Soul Silver, we actually got more into who he was as a person and where that mentality of his actually came from. And it came from Giovanni because Giovanni's his father. Like, what? That explains so much of who he is as a person. And I'm talking about rivals, I'm talking about Let's Go. But then again, this is actually more to who Trace is. He's a guy who probably was afraid that he didn't want to lose one of the friendships one of the friends he's closest to. Probably one of his only friends. So yeah, but yeah, and also people want to say these games are easy. Funny enough, people just tell you just use your use the Pikachu or Eevee. They have moves that can basically be 10 times easier. Here's the thing. I personally did not use my personally made sure to I promised myself that I would never use a starter Pokemon solely throughout the whole game ever again. Nor would I actually try to cheat the game by using the capture mechanic because one I suck at throwing the Pokeball, and two I genuinely didn't want to waste money buying Pokeballs. So what I did was do the basic way I was taught. Now I did catch Pokemon, but that was either to fill the decks in or because I just wanted to catch Pokemon. And if I want to go over something really cool that happened, later on in the game, when you encounter Snorlax and get a Pokeflute, there is a unique way of how they actually handle it. Rather than just throwing you into the capture aspect of it, they actually put you in a timed battle to where you must defeat the Snorlax and basically KO all its HP, and then you can catch it. Now, I found that to be really cool. Oh, so so basically I'm being more like the anime. And you can do and it's not with Snorlax, you can do it with the three legendary bird Pokemon, Zapdos, Articuno, Moltres, and with Mewtwo. But that's the thing. Why wasn't this with Why wasn't this with all the Pokemon? Now, although those were timed, why couldn't we battle the Pokemon, like rally Pokemon that we've seen in a while? Why couldn't we just battle them, them beat them, and then just catch them? It would be more like feeling more like the anime, may even more. Basically, since they already gave us Jesse, James, and Meowth, they already gave us red, blue, and leaf. Or green, I can't remember. Leaf, leaf. If they were going the somewhat the manga and the anime connection route, why didn't they try to go all the way, like past it? Most likely time constraint, but that would have made it more unique. And those were features I would want if they ever plan on making a future Let's Go game. But then again, they probably never are going to, due to the fact of what happened. Game Freak tried to be innovative and new. Pokemon fan base hated it. Or rather, one half did, the other didn't. Didn't both sides like to try to kill each other. Then they shut up and move on. But then new controversy happens. Both sides continue to attack each other. Controversy over. They shut up and move on. It's not gonna last forever. Trust me. They're just gonna ignore it. Just gonna die it out later on. It will happen. Trust me. It's happened to a lot of drama that people like to stir up, and it's really dumb. But overall, I think I was talking more somewhat against Let's Go than for it, although there are the Master Trainers which actually bring a new higher level of difficulty. So, again, come on. And then there's the fact that if you beat them all, you can actually battle Red himself, which is really cool. But overall, what is this video for, Connor? You wanted to talk about Pokemon Let's Go, and you talked a lot. I just wanted to talk about Let's Go. Honestly, in all honesty, Game Freak tried to do something new. It didn't deserve the hate. I personally believe the catching idea mechanic was good, but just not fine-tuned properly or utilized to its fullest, where it should have felt like more like the anime, in all honesty. And half of my ear just went blank. So, in all honesty, sadly, my recording cut abruptly when I was trying to finish. I personally believe that the Let's Go games aren't really all that bad. They were trying to be innovative and new, try to bring something in, along with trying to bring in the Go crowd, but they kind of mumbled up in a way. They should have tried to go above and beyond to actually go with the better ideas. And they're trying to utilize a little bit from what they used with Let's Go and put it into the mainline series. Namely with the fact that you can actually go into your Pokemon box anywhere around the world, which is actually pretty cool. And I actually do like it, along with actually seeing Pokemon in the overworld, which again is also really cool, and I actually do like it. And I bet there are going to be a lot of people saying that's just people saying that, oh, so we can't see them inside the grass. You can still do that, although I don't really see why. I mean, yeah, of course, a humongous Pokemon like Gold or Tyranitar, you can totally not see them in the grass, guys. I'm joking. But anyway, overall, in my own sense, Let's Go didn't really deserve all the hate it got, which was just people really getting upset over a game that really was just meant to be fun, to which it was. But then again, the ideas and what the people in the fan base believe is fun is it needs to fit what my personal beliefs are of fun. Because seriously, I swear, the moment I actually start going against Pokemon is the moment they start pulling Fallout 76, start making Pokemon 76, which, oh my gosh, no, no, never, never, never. Seriously, guys, come on. Also, by the way, if you're seeing a huge watermark, blame blame the fact that the abrupt recording because I couldn't even put my overall thoughts. But yeah, I personally don't hate Let's Go. I like the game, and I hope at least somewhat my opinion at least gave you guys either a little bit more appreciation of it or at least gave you guys a little less hate for it. Because overall, excuse me, these games don't deserve the hate that they got. They really didn't. If anything, it should have just been criticism about I like the game, but frankly, I just can't. They're basically giving critiques that aren't basically saying the game's god awful shit at its baby game levels. The stupid stuff that people like to say on the internet. But overall, that's my opinion. You're probably gonna see Pokemon Sword and Shield here because frankly, frankly, regardless of the fact, I'm still alluding to what I still said things that were connected to Sword and Shield, and I was alluding to a lot of stuff to Pokemon Sword and Shield. Seriously, see, the controversy and stupidity from Let's Go died there, but then somehow everything got hit to overdrive or drive in this whole Sword and Shield thing. Remember, guys, both sides are stupid, because neither side will actually try to actually be civil or try to actually or to try to be neutral or agree to disagree. The moment neither side tries to do that, both sides are stupid. Remember that. But then again, when it's the life of a person who overwhelmingly there is no evidence of him committing any crimes, so people are saying that he still committed the crimes. And it's because a lot of people are saying it, and remember, humans are known to lie. You shouldn't listen or trust them. Remember that. But anyway, it's your boy, Gunner Lone, signing off. I gotta Now I got to figure out how to edit this video, to just clip the video in at the end. I think I have an editing software. Anyway, bye.